without a relative trying something new.
Yeah.
Right?
It's like a new flavor of ice cream.
Like a new flavor of ice cream. You know, there's always people's dishes that I avoid. You know, like, that Aunt Linda's going to be coming over with, some concoction that she just read off of the internet or on Facebook and those 30-minute recipes. She hasn't tried it on her kids yet. She's trying it on you. Do you do it? But with ice cream, you don't really have to take that chance. I mean, it's just going to be something you might not like the best.
Well, right, yeah, you might not like it the best. And at least in this case, we're talking about Walnut Grove Dairy ice cream.
What is that?
Walnut Grove Dairy was a dairy, so they had milk, and then they also made ice cream and buttermilk and other
Were they
milk
located in
products.
Maple Orchard?
Whoa.
Walnut Grove, Maple Orchard.
Okay, I was like, what is? Okay, I've looked at so many maps today to try to figure out where things are located that I was like, well, maybe that's what it's called now. Throwing me off, CJ.
My fault here. All right. Well, what did we learn? So was this a local?
Yes. Okay. So Walnut Grove was local. Walnut Grove Dairy was in Walnut Grove.
Okay.
And it was a local dairy, and by 1924 they were located at 809 Broadway, so right down Broadway, and whole dairy right there, and they had specialty flavors for Christmas and also Thanksgiving of their ice cream. And so the reason that I wrote about this is that I found an ad from December 1924 that talked about the different flavors of ice cream. And so they had the regular bricks of ice cream and hazelnut and vanilla. They had cranberry ice, rainbow brick, and then it said individuals, Santa Claus, and turkey. And I was like, I would like a further explanation of these flavors. And
Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. Yes.
Cherry and vanilla.
That sounds great.
Was it?
I don't know. I spent so much time trying to figure out what these flavors were. I looked at I was like, maybe this is just a common occurrence for that time period. Like maybe I can find these flavors described elsewhere. I could not. I still don't know what Santa Claus is. I still don't know what turkey is. And then I looked at other years, and in 1925, they also had corn and husk.
Wow.
And horn of plenty. And in 1926, they also had candlestick. And I don't know what any of these flavors were. And then in 1927, there was a Thanksgiving ad that had just the flavor football.
See, I don't like that. I don't know if I like that too much. What the hell is football? I mean, like, for real. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, if I'm a parent, okay, in 1924, if I'm a parent in 1924, and my kid looks at me and goes, Mom, I'm going to eat some Santa Claus, I think it's drugs.
Well, I mean, they had cocaine and Coca-Cola around that. It could have had drugs in it.
Well, and the medicine was worse than the cocaine. I mean, have you seen some of those ingredients for some of those pharmaceuticals back then? Yes. It was like mercury. Right. You had a little hint of lead in there to cure your headache.
Yeah, lead is very... No, I shouldn't even joke about this.
Not in this society.
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Thank God it's not COVID era. We'd have been arrested.
Dispensing
oh my God.
Poor advice here. So I'm the type of person, if I go to a restaurant, like I want full descriptions of every single thing.
Oh, God, yeah. No, I've been so Gordon Ramsay killed me in a way because I am so picky when it comes to this.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Like what's in things?
Yeah, no. If I go to a restaurant, I want to know what you're doing because I will not eat anything with Sprouts. It's because of my food safety segment. Sprouts are the quickest way to get food poisoning.
Oh, I think you mentioned that. Yeah.
So if you're getting fried rice, take the Sprouts out. I would just ask for plain fried rice. It's not worth it. And anyway, so now I can't, I'm good with unique foods. Yeah. But I want to... That depends. Let me clarify here, because now I'm getting hot, because now I'm remembering an argument. Because some restaurants are cheap. I don't want to say cheaper. It's just they're more affordable. Yeah. Food's good, but if it's presented on this sloppy mess of a plate and it's not like, oh, the food's touching, but it is the food's touching. I want it to look, if I'm going to experiment with my palate here, it's going to be in a fine dining setting.
Got it. Okay, because you want to know if you're
Wow,
trying
I
something
sounded
new.
really pompous.
No. If you're trying something new, you want to make sure
On
that
Christmas.
it's the way that you that you would actually like whatever it is.
St. Mary's open today. I felt terrible. I should run for office. Like, that was the most egotistical thing I've ever said on this show. You know?
I understand what you're trying to say, though. Like, if it's something you've never tried before, you want to have it done in a way that you're actually getting the experience whatever
it the
that
right
is.
way.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you know how many times I've noticed that people's food palates are completely ruined because of one bad experience,
Right.
and like they never eat any, they never try or experiment again, and it's like it's so weird. Food is like unique because it could do stuff to you.
I thought I didn't like Italian food.
Get the hell out of the studio.
I know. I'm sorry, CJ. This is a deep, dark secret in this room.
Oh my
God.
God.
I thought I didn't like Italian food, and I got older and realized I'd only had Americanized Italian food. Real Italian food here or elsewhere, I mean, is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's so fresh and great.
You can stay.
No, but I mean,
You're right though.
It's a completely different experience.
You go to Fazoli's and get chicken parmesan, which isn't even chicken parmesan. It's not Italian. I just want to throw that out there. I'm so tired of hearing that too. But you go to like Olive Garden or one of those places that are okay, but it turns you off whenever you get greasy and watery spaghetti compared to real spaghetti.
Right,
I get it.
So,
but with ice cream, you can experiment. Like Ben and Jerry, these guys are about. I want to know how they come up with their names. I don't think they have a department. I think old Ben and Jerry are just sitting there. Old Jerry's just in his room. He's like teddy bear.
Do you think they come up with a name first or the flavor?
Ooh, name first.
Okay.
I think it's name first because I think that's a good question. See, now we're getting into an intellectual conversation and debate. This is what our forefathers wanted when in Congress. This is what we should be debating. I truly believe, Senator, that the name came before the ice cream. Here's why. Because you can't make the ice cream and then name it. It seems counterproductive. I think you come up with the name and then you make the ice cream that would fit. Like, you come up with teddy bear. What's teddy bear?
It's got Teddy Grahams in it, obviously.
See, I would have gone a different. This is why you got to make the name first, because if you got a chocolate ice cream and you maybe have some swirls in there, maybe a little caramel, it resembles the colors of a teddy bear.
Oh,
yeah. See, so that way
I was going literal and you were going figurative.
But if you have the name first, then the sky's the limit because the ice cream's not made, so you can discuss these things.
Well, I feel like
I'm ready for Ben and Jerry. I am ready, Ben.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary.
I even got the board excited.
Okay, well then this is perfect. Pick one of these flavors and tell me what you would, because now we have the name. What would you put in it?
Santa Claus?
Okay, Santa Claus.
Told you, cherry vanilla.
Well, that's cherry vanilla. Yeah, done. All right. Corn and husk.
Oh God, that's just shit.
What is corn and husk ice cream, CJ?
I got you. Okay, I'm gonna go yellow cake on this.
Okay.
Yellow cake, and then I'm gonna go with mint green for the husk part, and then I'm going to go with a little bit of fruity pebble for a little bit of kernel.
Mint green, do you just mean the color or do you mean mint flavor?
Mint flavor.
You're going mint flavor with fruity pebble?
With fruity pebble kernels, not fruity flavor, just the kernel, like the actual texture of the fruity pebble.
Well, what would the flavor be?
Bland. Doesn't matter.
No flavor.
No flavor.
Next question.
Doesn't matter. Texture.
Okay, so
fair. That's a tough one. That was a really bad one.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll do all of them.
I was good. I felt like I held my own.
That was good. Candlestick.
Oh, Jesus Christ. No, okay. I got this one. Okay. We're going to go vanilla sherbet.
All right.
Okay.
What's vanilla sherbet?
Sherbet. Vanilla, but it's sherbet instead of orange.
Does that exist, or are you making it up right now?
It's 100% real. You can get it at Schnucks today.
All right.
Vanilla sherbet. You got to go in there, grab you a box of that.
A brick of that.
And then here's what you're going to want. You're going to want a hint, very small hint of shoot. Oh, no, you're going to want a hint of what goes in a candle? Blueberry. Here's why. Hear me out. You're going to want a hint of blueberry, a hint of mint, and then that's
it. You really like mint, don't you?
No, here's why. Because the husk, you needed to have something that threw off the taste, so you had a little bit of the husk in there. But this is a candle, so you're going to smell vanilla, mint, and blueberry.
So wait, with the husk one, were you going to put actual husk?
No, I just wanted it green. You got to have some green in there. See, you got to go, you got to go color. Merry Christmas. You got to go color, texture, and you have to go for the actual picture.
Okay, all right.
That's why I went that way.
With the candlestick one, it's vanilla sherbet with blueberry and mint.
Yes.
So what's the color?
Blue. Lightish blue, like a light blue candle.
Like, okay, so it's the vanilla is the flavor.
Yeah.
But the blueberry, is there a blueberry flavor too, or is it just color?
A hint.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. You said
Hint.
that.
Very
You
small
said
hint.
that.
Yeah, subtle.
Okay.
Subtle nod.
Subtle
nod of
essence
blueberry.
of blueberry.
I'm a connoisseur. What's
All right,
next?
This is going
I am
great.
good.
Horn of plenty.
I could get fired, but I'm not.
Don't let this. Don't let this
I'm
be
not.
how you get
This
fired.
is Christmas. I'm not going to do that. No, Horn of Plenty's easy. Okay, got it. Got you. Chocolate ice cream.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to go cookie dough bites in here.
Okay.
Okay, and then we're going to go dark chocolate chunks.
Okay.
And then we're going to go with hard shell.
Okay.
Then we're going to go with some marshmallow to add that horn in there. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're going to top it off with a little bit of chocolate fudge.
I thought you were going to say mint.
Oh my God, that would have been funny. I ruined my own damn bit. Oh man. Okay. But yeah, chocolate fudge. I'll be honest. This is how honest my brain is. I'm serious.
I think that sounds good.
Seriously,
I would
horn.
eat that one.
Yes, you're making a cow.
Oh, I was just thinking you were just shoving as much in there as you could.
Making a cow.
All right, I like it. All right, we're
See how good
we're on a roll.
Honestly, I think this should have been the palette of choice.
Well,
If I
it
was
might have
around
been.
100 years
It
ago.
might have been. We don't know.
True.
We will never know unless somebody can bring in like the recipe list from
I'm going to get
Walnut
sued
Grove
by
Dairy.
this guy's grandson. You wait and see.
Well, Walnut Grove Dairy doesn't exist anymore,
Good,
so
good.
they can't. Well, not
Good. Not good for my legal woes.
Right.
Good for
right,
my
yes,
legal.
Yes.
So what was the last one? Was there one more?
There are two more.
Oh, good. I'm ready to play the game.
All right. The next one we're going to do is turkey.
Caramel ice cream.
Okay.
So you're just going to make vanilla ice cream, dump some caramel in there. You got caramel. Okay. What was the name of the flavor again? Turkey?
Turkey.
Okay. Wow.
This is a Thanksgiving special.
Yeah, someone hates kids.
Oh, and Christmas. Yeah.
Okay. So caramel ice cream. And then we're going to go with a little bit of cherry.
Okay.
Make a little gobbler.
That's perfect. I like that.
A little gobbler action for you. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take some yellow cake batter, not the ice cream, just yellow cake batter, throw it in there.
Okay.
Because of their yellow feet.
Okay.
Then we got marshmallow in there, or it's not. I won't go marshmallow. I will go fluff in there. You throw some fluff in there, and then a little bit of hard shell. Done. Turkey. Thanks.
It's the right color too.
25 cents.
Colors.
Thank you. You see where I'm going?
Yeah,
I am
yeah,
painting
yeah.
a picture.
Yeah. No, I like
All
that.
senses covered.
Okay, this is the last one.
This is dangerous.
And it is football.
Oh my God, I'm not doing it. Well, I am going to answer, but I'm not going to answer the way I want to answer. Because I have a lot of football jokes. Got a lot of Pabst Blue Ribbon jokes in there, too.
Okay.
But I'm not going to do it. Okay, football. Here's what we're going to go with. I'm going to change it up because I feel like for all like the regular ice cream lovers out there, I'm hitting their palates with chocolate vanilla, but hear me out here. I'm going to go pumpkin ice cream.
Okay.
For the base. A little bit of vanilla in there, splash it in. Okay, that's going to get to that yellow to kind of white out a little bit. Mm-hmm. Slap in some caramel ice cream. That's going to get that football color. But then here's where you add your little marshmallow topping lines and then a little bit of mint. That's the football for you. Done. You're welcome. You're all welcome.
And now we know. Now we know all the flavors.
This is why I should be elected president.
To just focus on ice cream.
That's gonna be my policy.
This is what we
My
need.
domestic policy is I'm gonna answer every unresolved ice cream flavor out there. I will answer them all. I'd win the youth vote, like the actual
Right.
youth vote, the 4-year-olds. I'd win them pretty.
Yeah, no one that could actually vote. Everyone that couldn't.
I start the revolution. The 7-year-olds revolt. They've had enough. Okay. So, what was this a popular ice cream? Like that's what I'm
That
trying to
flavor?
figure out. Yeah, like this whole like Dairy Grove.
Okay, Walnut Grove Dairy, the ice cream is extremely popular. But
How popular was it?
prolific.
That was my Jerry Seinfeld impression.
Actually, no. This is great. I didn't think about this while we were talking about it, but we've got a political angle, CJ, for it. In 1928, the ice cream actually influenced local politics.
Oh,
yes.
local.
So the Easton Improvement Association
Oh my God.
was voting about who would be their next president. And the two people whose names were up for vote were Emil Schrimpf and Edward Joel. And Edward Joel was the manager of, his family owned a Walnut Grove Dairy. So he was the manager of the plant, the dairy plant. Uh-huh. And he did not want the position. So he offered everyone who voted against him a gallon of ice cream.
That's how you do it.
I know. And so he lost because everybody wanted the ice cream. And there was this great quote that said, Schrimpf was reluctant to stand for the office, but he didn't have anything to offer unless it was empty bottles. And who wants empty bottles? Because he worked at the Illinois Glass Company, so he didn't have any ice cream to hand out. So yeah, it was popular, and it was helpful if you didn't want to take a position in whatever organization you were part of.
That is actually hilarious. I like that a lot. Okay, I like that one.
Yeah, so they were around. Walnut Grove Dairy was founded in 1857 on a farm near Fosterburg called Walnut Grove. And then they were around until, I'll give you the basic dates. They were bought by Prairie Farms Dairy in 1960. So the buildings were bulldozed in November 1965, but all in all around for just over 100 years.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I like that. So where was it located again?
It was located, the final location was 809 Broadway. And they had a previous location at 811 Broadway, and then built this new, very, very up-to-date plant in 1914, which was right next door. Okay, it was right next door. 811, 809 East Broadway were the addresses. And they were there until the 1960.
Really cool.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so was ice cream a big part of Christmas?
I think ice cream was a big part of everything. They really at least pushed the ice cream. There are all kinds of ice cream ads. One of the ones I put in the article. So the article has pictures inside Walnut Grove Dairy and a picture of Walnut Grove Dairy, an early picture that from about 1910 that has a little buggy to the side of it. So you can see all those in the article. But one of the things I also added was an ad from 1920 that says, get this thought, ice cream is a food. And it's kind of like the whole Snickers, hungry, why wait? This is food. You should, do you know the Snickers hungry, why wait ads? You're looking at me like you don't know what I'm talking about.
I feel like I know them when you say them, but I don't know if that's what I knew the campaign as. Is that the one you're not you when you're hungry?
Similar, like if you're hungry, you should definitely eat this candy bar instead of real food.
I'm having a hot flash. Not being funny. Are you sweating down here?
It's hot.
Okay, I thought I was literally getting ready to have a panic attack on you or something. I was flushing out of my face for a second.
It's really hot right now.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay.
We should get some ice cream.
All right.
It's a food.
Why don't we do this? We're halfway through our first one.
Okay.
We'll take a break and we'll come back and learn more about this weird ice cream flavor. Because there's some splaining to do. I'm not a fan of this. I'm telling you, I think that this had some weird connotation with drugs.
With drugs.
Those young kids out there, 1924.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof because they know your house is home base for their dreams. Whether it's a kid like me aiming for the big leagues, ready? Future rocket scientist, or a budding prima ballerina. When you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's good.
Let's go.
American Family Insurance.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
No matter the season, Play It Again Sports in Edwardsville has the gear the athletes need to get in the game. Whether you're shopping for the newest sports equipment or saving money on quality used gear, Play It Again Sports carries what you need to maximize performance to get the most out of every swing, kick, stroke, or shot. We'll even buy your used goods, paying cash on the spot. We carry all the gear for all the sports all year long. We're your hometown sporting goods store. Play It Again Sports, conveniently located at 4 Club Center Court in Edwardsville.
Ready for fantastic deals? Head to Village Dispensary, where every day is a celebration. Start your week with 25% off Dog Walker pre-rolls on Monday. Tuesday, enjoy 25% off Dibs gummies. On Wednesday, enjoy 30% off Nevada pens. On Thursday, it's 30% off CQ sodas, margaritas, and more. Friday, enjoy 3.5 grams of Megatron by NGW and Cronuts number 4 by Paul Bunyan for $25. Visit VillageDispo.com and shop now.
Picture This and More has been a trusted name in the Alton community for more than 30 years, with the last 3 being right here on Broadway. We specialize in quality framing at affordable prices. We also feature works by local artists because we're proud of our community. If you have valued treasures to display and preserve, we're sure to have the perfect fit with our large selection of custom framing and display options. Whatever color, shape, or size, Picture This and More has the look you need. Stop by today and let us help you with your next project.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
With their treasures, hear the snow crunch, see the kids punch. This is Santa's big scene, and above all,
Oh, God, yeah. You know, everyone's like, oh, Elvis changed the world when he was young. You know, Elvis on sweating it out on stage.
He was dedicated.
Getting taken advantage of.
Yeah.
I mean, poor guy. I mean, not being funny. But I just, his old albums, you know, you're like, Fat Elvis singing Silver Bells. I'm in there with it, you know? Kind of a sad man. Mm-hmm. You know, I concur. Hear, hear.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Welcome back to our daily show. Lacy McDonald taking us back 100 years ago. The Xmas special. So where was this ice cream sold? Did we talk about this?
That's a good question. Okay, so I know...
I don't ask very many of those.
No, we've been talking about the important things, like what flavor it actually means, because I care more about that, honestly, because I can't figure it out.
I think it's 10 times more important.
That's what I want out of this.
Thank you.
Where was it sold? Okay, there were multiple, I think like 6 retail branches. There were retail branches in Upper Alton on Washington Avenue, and Alton on State Street and Central Avenue, and East Alton and in Wood River. So Upper Alton, Alton on State, Central, East Alton, Wood River, at least 5. And then, like I said, the plant was on Broadway. Customers were invited to visit the plant for a tour. So the whole thing started in the 1850s. And at first, they just went door to door. Walnut Grove had a wagon and horses and went door to door with their milk. And then later on, they had 10 milk trucks. So it really evolved over time.
Wow.
And, yeah. And one thing that was really interesting, too, when we're talking about like milk production in general, is that until the 1850s, the dairy industry was mostly just family-owned dairy farms. You grew your own, you raised your own cows to milk, and then you had your own milk in your dairy cow. But you didn't sell a lot outside the family because it could be unsafe to, transport milk for very long. I mean, it could spoil very easily. But at the end of the 1800s and early 1900s, especially thanks to Louis Pasteur, who was the French chemist who pretty much invented pasteurization, that helped demonstrate how harmful microbes in milk were and how they caused sickness. And so he invented the process of pasteurization. So liquids are rapidly heated and cooled to kill most of the organisms. And then in 1895, commercial pasteurizing machines for milk were introduced in the United States. So that's when they could really start having these more large scale dairies and it'd be safe.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is really
Yeah,
cool.
because people used to die from like raw milk or other things that had microbes in it all the time. It was horrible. Wow. So I mean, it was a huge, huge deal in terms of just technology. I put pasteurization right up there with like sewer treatment.
Yeah,
like the
I can see that for sure.
Because those were two major things that affected how just sick people got from like foodborne illnesses, from things in sewage, that kind of thing. So yeah, it was a huge deal. And then they bought a retail milk business in 1908 in Upper Alton, and then established the dairy, downtown. And then in 1914 is when they built the really big one. J.J. Woolner and Son built that.
So was there a disconnect? And this is where and I'm sure I'm asking you something that like completely off base here, but I could only imagine, because I'm trying to find a way to kind of correlate this with modern, like, conversations in a way, not really like happening, not hot topic issues, but just because people are really starting to have this conversation again about, what type of food processing is right for me, what type of additives are right for me.
Right.
Was there a disconnect from maybe families especially in Alton in 1924, even when this was starting to happen, when pasteurization happened, that just really didn't believe that this was safe? Like, was there a transitionary period for folks to realize that, hey, this new way of doing it is actually the right way to do it? It's actually a safe way, because there is a disconnect when it comes to getting everybody all on the same page.
Absolutely. I am confident that that there were people that were like, and I mean, if you're just doing it at home, like if you have your own cow, you can kind of control a lot of it more.
Tons different.
Yes. But in terms of like industrialization, I'm sure there were people that were like, I don't trust this.
Yeah.
It's not, good for me. It's maybe ruining a nutritional part of the milk. But at the same time, this is a time when people are dying from this. And so you've seen people that who have gotten sick from whatever it is. And tuberculosis was an issue too. They only used cows that had been tested for tuberculosis.
Really?
Yes. And because that could be, I guess, transferred through milk. But so I think it's kind of like how now there are certain people that don't want to take steps against certain diseases because they themselves have never experienced those. And so it feels like they're not a threat. Whereas if you are seeing people dying from something, it can be easier to be like, okay, my friend died from drinking milk that had these microbes in it. Maybe that will solve this problem.
Right.
Or, a childhood illness that, you knew people that died from. And so there's a big push for you to take it seriously. Whereas I think when we're far enough removed from it, it's easy to be like, oh, maybe we don't need to pasteurize things. Maybe we are taking it, and there's always taking it too far.
Right.
So I don't want to say that
it always gets that point. I mean, it really
once
does.
you get into certain things, but
kind of how the pendulum effect works. You take it too far, and then someone has resistance to it, and then it swings back the other way. It's just how life works. It's all it is. But I didn't know like if there was any like editorial in the like letter to the editor in the Telegraph, moms against.
Oh God, no.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know if that was a thing or.
I haven't seen anything like that. It's mostly been like, oh my gosh, guys, this is really great.
That's cool. That's good to know. I just didn't know if there was like ever that push or any type of behind the scenes with Lacy McDonald.
And I'm not entirely sure because it could have been buried somewhere. It could have been something I wasn't looking for. It could have been that I was looking for Walnut Grove and there was some like little article that was like
the Grove of Walnut.
I was going to say like about pasteurization, but not in relation to this or like earlier. Because I was really looking at 1924 and then I was looking at Walnut Grove. So I wasn't looking at like the whole history of people's feelings about pasteurization in the area, which would be interesting on its own. But yeah, I don't know, because there are always going to be people that are wary, and for good reason sometimes. But I didn't see anything like that with this. And certainly by 1914, all the articles were very positive.
That's good. I didn't know. It
Yeah.
just, I'm always so fascinated about public discourse.
Yeah.
It's like so like I know, hold on. I know we got to take a break here, and it's Christmas and I shouldn't talk, but I was just reading and watching and learning about the election of like the Thomas Jefferson, John Adams one. Do you know what they were saying about each other?
What?
Oh my God. He called John Adams a hermaphrodite.
Yeah.
Think about it, and it's things like that where like we talk about language and like, man, that's getting chippy, and it's like, look at a newspaper from 1800 and you tell me what's nice. These people were ruthless and evil. Just stone cold evil.
Well, I've talked about before, like early journal. We're like back to the early journalism. We had like early journalism and then a more moderate discourse. Yeah. And now we're back to like only reading about what you agree with.
I'm gonna write by candlelight soon. Like, it's just amazing. I was just like reading some of these newspaper headlines. I'm like, God dang, who would have wanted to be in public life back then? Nobody. Nobody. All right, hey, Lacy, Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas.
We'll take a quick break. More Daily Show on this Christmas with Santa Claus. You're leading up for Santa. Santa Claus.
I'm the lead up for Santa. You're going to have to ask him what flavor he thinks Santa Claus is.
Oh, shoot, I didn't think about that. Santa Claus is making a stop today. He was apparently just stopping by up in Canada, Quebec, and he said he's going to swing back around, stop by Alton. He said he wants to read 'Twas a Night during Christmas during the show. How about that?
That'll be perfect.
There you go. And we'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more on this Christmas Wednesday right after this.